So the Jaguars dropped to 1-6 on the season after they lost to the Seattle Seahawks yesterday on the road at Lumen Field. Now look, this game to me was the most telling game of the season so far because even though the Jags are sitting at 1-6 and they were coming off of a win, this team has progressed every single week from week 1 at Houston up until the London game in Miami. This was the first game where the team has clearly regressed in a significant way. And even though you can blame some of that to injuries, this team regressed significantly coming off a bye week, and that was a big story for me. Now, 3 things I want to discuss when it comes to this recap video, because I'm not even going to sit here and chop this up and make this some great positive video, because I'm typically the Jags fan that's very, very positive, and I look at things on the, brighter side of things, which I will still do to an extent. But this game, we got absolutely beat down, plain and simple, from beginning to end, and Geno Smith was in at quarterback. So first thing comes to the defense. On defense, Josh Allen, Myles Jack, and Shaq Griffin. I know Shaq Griffin had 2 touchdowns caught on him, but he was playing good defense, though, for the most part. Are the lone bright spots really when it comes to the defense as well. I think Chase On's improved in a lot of ways, but he's still not really where we want him to be, especially for being a 20th overall pick. Rayshawn Jenkins had some nice plays as well, but otherwise, this defense is just lacking talent, plain and simple. DeJuan Smoot actually had a pretty nice game as well to him, so shout out to Big Smoot. But otherwise, this defense is lacking talent. They're lacking intensity. They're lacking integrity. It just does not look like they're out there giving it 110%. And Tyson Campbell needs to figure out what the hell is going on, because I know he's a rookie and I'm not going to get onto him too much because he's literally only played, 3 or 4 games now because he's had some injuries. We've got to figure something out, man, defensively, because we're really not getting home to the pass rusher. Our secondary's falling apart. We don't have a lot of great players on defense anyway, so of course that's going to catch up to us eventually. But damn, defense has got to step up and do something. Next thing I want to move on to is going to be with the offense. Trevor Lawrence was sacked way too many times. QB hurried, QB pressures, whatever you want to say, just had 0 time in the pocket. It was every time he stepped back, he probably had 2 seconds to get rid of the ball, which is not enough for a quarterback to go through his reads unless it's a design play. Point is, Trevor Lawrence struggled yesterday, but not really to his fault. Even on the interception to Tavon Austin, that was clearly a wrong route, and that was a miscommunication on their end. Jamal Agnew, I think, had a similar problem on a 3rd down. Laviska Shenault can't catch the ball on 3rd down. Dan Arnold can't catch the ball on 3rd down. This Jaguars team has had 11 or 12 drop passes on 3rd down. That is not how you help your young rookie quarterback. This offensive line needs to figure it out, because Jawan Taylor, Cam Robinson, and Andrew Norwell, these guys have played together on the offensive line together for years. Tyler Shatley and Ben Barch, you guys have been together too. I understand Brandon Linder and AJ Cann aren't there, but the offensive line, these guys have all been there together. Walker Little's the only real new addition with this offensive line, and he's not even played this year. So there should be 0 chemistry issues. I don't know if it's a lack of talent, but this offensive line is not doing their job yesterday for Trevor Lawrence. The rest of the season, they've done pretty damn well. But what the hell happened yesterday? And then the last thing I'm going to get into is with the coaching staff. How could I not? Clearly came into this game with the worst game plan ever and was just completely unorganized from beginning to end. And look, this isn't even just on Coach Meyer, right? Because obviously Urban didn't get this team prepared all the way, or these guys just came in lackluster. I don't really know what the problem was, but the offensive play calling was horrendous by Darrell Bevell. I understand James Robinson went out with an injury. Hopefully Robinson's okay, and hopefully we get some word on that, but that was clearly a big hit. But also, if Trevor Lawrence has 0 time to throw, get passes that are going to get out of his hands quickly. Our receivers are not talented enough with our receivers right now to create separation and get guys going down the field. We don't have a DJ Chark, and we don't have a deep threat right now. We've got guys that are serviceable right now, and they're good enough, but these guys are not talented enough. Darrell Bevell needs to do better. Urban Meyer needs to do better when it comes to discipline with this team. 12 men on the field on back-to-back plays? You've got to be kidding me. You can't make that stuff up. And the discrepancy in penalties was significant. That wasn't even on the refs. That was on the Jags being undisciplined when it comes to their penalties. And then Joe Cullen, I already kind of said earlier, he just needs to be a little more creative and figure something out defensively, because we have a lack of talent on that side of the ball. Because really, outside of guys like Shaq Griffin, Josh Allen, and Myles Jack, you can't really count on anybody else week in and week out to step up on that defense. The Jags are not a great talented team, and I'm not sitting here trying to rank on them. Look, I'm still a diehard Jags fan to the day I die, and I expect many of you to be. I don't like fair weather fans. I've been very clear about that before. I just can't do it. But point is, though, the Jags got their butts beat badly by the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson wasn't even there. That game was very eye-opening to me. Hopefully, the Jags can go out there and play much better versus the Buffalo Bills. We're not going to beat the Bills. Like, let's just keep this real. But the Jags, I just want to see progression on the team every single week. I just want to see progression. And I've said that before, and I'm going to say it again. As long as I see progression, that's all I care about. And protecting our young franchise quarterback. That's it. Now, I do want to say on a last side note before I do end this video, though, is that I actually will not be at the Buffalo Bills game this upcoming Sunday. It had nothing to do with the implications of yesterday's game versus the Seattle Seahawks. I will actually be at the Orlando Magic and the Utah Jazz game down in Orlando on that Sunday evening. So I will be missing the Bills Jags game that afternoon, though. But for you guys that don't know me, I am a diehard Utah Jazz and Orlando Magic fan. Not even going to get into that. But I do have second row seats behind the Utah Jazz bench. And I will be doing a vlog for that game. So if you guys are interested, make sure you guys still stay tuned for that as well. But Jags Nation, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below on yesterday's game versus Seattle. Obviously, it didn't turn out how we wanted it to be, but, you know, still a Jags fan to the day I die. DTWD, though. But if you guys did enjoy the content, though, make sure you guys like, turn on notifications, and hit the subscribe bell to stay tuned for more Jacksonville Jaguars and, of course, NBA content that I do here on YouTube as well. But that's it for this video. Brett James, a.k.a. BJ. I'm out, y'all. Peace.